because it's kind of a battle of concepts,
Right.
if that makes sense. So I'm very curious to see who wins this. I do feel like Liquid has the overall upper hand in this draft.
Can you explain what you mean a little bit by the battle of concepts?
Yeah, so we kind of see the Spectre coming out in the first phase, and that's like, you know, this confidence, like we just won with Spectre, we're feeling good about it. And then the way Liquid responded is by picking this Undying, and they're like, you know what, you want to fight into us with Spectre? We have an Undying with Tombstone. We're going to create this sort of structure formation that is very hard to break. So now it becomes the way of like, who's going to get the upper hand in the fights? Can Spectre actually fight into the Undying or not?
Right. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch. And if they even try and sort of get involved early on, if maybe they can put some heavy presence on there early. And I think the thing that I'm really curious about too is you had mentioned that at the very beginning they had swapped up the way that the pick order had gone also. So Liquid in the last game, you'd said that they had chosen first pick, as we're going to see a little bit of a battle for the runes here. But then they chose to take second pick in game number 2. So it was a complete change up from the whole time, like decision of the draft and everything that they wanted to do.
Yeah, quick mention, Pakaz did beat Boxy in the rune fight. Maybe he's younger, I'm not really sure. Faster clicking. But yeah, first game, Liquid had, they basically chose first pick. They had priority. And this game, Thunder Predator, or Thunder Awaken, again, sorry. They took Radiant, and then Liquid actually took second pick this game. So they changed up how they want to draft, and we can kind of see it's a different drafting style.
Right. Well, already Dark Mago in the mid lane facing off against Nikkei, and down bottom, a nice little hit there onto Panda, and actually he is going to take a ton of damage. Does manage to get off 2 rounds of the Nether Blast, but nonetheless will end up backing away, hurt afterwards.
Yeah, so these lanes are very strange. These are not lanes. Actually, Sacred might be dead.
It's gone. The Sakuchi nerf. It comes back to bite you. Insania drawing first blood. Haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, that was basically, you know, the Sakuchi nerf came in. So he does have boots on Undying because he feels like he can chase the Doom out and he can punish this Weaver if he makes a mistake. And he has a pretty cool sentry placed on the left side. That is pretty hard to de-ward on the lane.
Likewise, though, boots taken by Matthew, and he's going to try and pull that creep wave back and around, redrawing aggro, but Insania right there on top of him has another decay in a moment here, opting to chase this one down. And, I mean, even when they meet the creep wave up, he's going to take a ton of damage. He's got to be careful. Matthew hurting.
Yeah, this is a bully here. He's like, you want to come up to the creep wave, I'm going to smack you.
And smack. Well played. I was not ready for that. It caught me off guard there, and him a little bit too. But yeah, you can see lane's very even, but there's a lot of bullying going on.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this Chaos Knight offlane with a Brewmaster. I feel like there's some anti-synergy in that kind of laning. Initially, I thought they would do like a Prophet offlane with a CK safe lane because the CK has a very free lane against the Weaver and the Doom. And their bottom lane would be stronger as well, but we're gonna see Boxy probably suicide to the tower here.
Okay, yeah, he needs to give it up. Does have a full bracer belt. Bought the stick as well. It's back home.
Yeah, so it is a bit of an awkward lane at the bottom lane edge. So I do think Pakaz is gonna be pretty happy. He's not laning against the Necrophos this game. He's kind of chilling here.
Maxing and relaxing. Yeah, it's interesting that he's been able to have a little bit of a better time of it. We'll see if he can sort of translate that into a nice start and where they opt to go. Because, I mean, it feels like always when you have this tiny plate in the core mid-roll, he gets that Blink Dagger and starts making moves.
Yeah, definitely. Dark Mago can definitely take control of this game and kind of set the pace for his team. That's just generally what happens in mid lanes quite often right now. You fight over the ruins, whoever gets the ruins get their items faster, and they're able to rotate more.
Drops down the Nether Ward as well there. Zai gonna get a triple range creep coming under his tower, and will be able to get a nice little bit of experience there for that offlane CK. So far, so good for all of them. The main hero that's hurting is gonna be that Weaver. Him and Doom have not been able to have a good time.
They are going to try to go he's tanking the tower.
Homie, I don't know if that was the play. Oh, no. And now the body block's coming in. I don't know what they were hoping was going to happen, but it wasn't that.
That was a bit of a facepalm moment, I'll be honest. That was very hopeful. And he also had the fairy, but I don't know.
You know what? I figured it out. He lost mid last game and they won. They want to do it again.
Yeah.
A repeat.
With a Spectre as well. It's one of those heroes like you're losing and you're like, yeah, it's fine, guys. I'm a Spectre. Don't worry.
It's all good. No problems. Well, a very good start to the laning stage for Liquid after a disappointing loss. I mean, that's one thing that you can definitely say about this team is Matumba Man going to take a couple of punches here. Is he going to end up going down? Turns to fight. Oh, and instead they're going to find the turnaround onto Matthew. Get that kill. A couple hurl boulders back on the other side. Sacred kills off the tombstone. They summon the little mini dooms, but they're not going to be able to do anything.
Look at those little mini dooms. They look so funny.
Oh, crazy.
Bottom lane, we also have some action here.
Yeah, they battling over this hole and
Doom keeping in, actually.
Oh, good rotation in. He has the hurl boulder again and will manage to get the last hit there. Panda not going to give him the deny.
I want to point out real quick that mid lane, even though Dark Mago actually died, they were able to get both the water runes on Thunder, or at least they were able to get one and forced Undying to take the other. So Mickey was actually hurting a lot on resources, and you look actually on who's winning the lane now, Tiny is going to be ahead.
Wow. Imagine what would have happened if he didn't die.
Yeah, he does get his bottle refilled here, but he did actually need the help. So it is very interesting how this battle of economy is, even when you get killed sometimes.
Right,
it's actually not the most important thing.
Definitely. Well, now is going to go in again, and maybe was trying to look for another toss there, but didn't end up quite having enough damage. And instead, Insania making this movement over for the 6-minute rune, and he might get punished here. A couple more punches, drops the tombstone up onto the high ground. This is Death Valley now. Gotta get out of here, and Mickey wanting to take full advantage of it. Zombies chasing, but they will stay alive. I think that secures the 6-minute rune if it's top, though. And it is going to be a regen. Jumps in, Mickey gets it. Very big. Toss over, though. And then the jump away. Now, Wrath of Nature comes out, has to back out. Darkman go get a TP out right on the side and able to escape.
Yeah, that was quite the exchange over there. That was a really nice placement for the tombstone, just completely nullifying anything. And they are going to go on Panda move. He tries to TP out, and he will actually get away.
Wow.
Nice TP by him.
You could see bottom there, too. Zai was taking the opportunity, knowing no TPs can come down bottom, to really try and punish Pakaz here as well.
Yeah, I am actually surprised at how well Zai is doing down here. I mean, it is a Spectre, which is kind of a weak laner. So Zai is actually top of the net worth, and nobody can really touch him.
Sacred. Gotta get out of there, and the rotation coming from Mickey as well. Do they have enough to kill him off? Matthew, Windlace, trying to survive, and he will get out. So rotation, again, not bearing fruit, as Thunder Awaken have been able to dodge a couple of these rough ganks coming their way.
Yeah, and Dark Mago is going to chase for this kill in the mid lane here. Let's see if he actually managed to catch Insania. He has the ward on him. So let's see, he's giving him the old runaround.
Yeah, creeps are tanking the tower as well. And drops down the tombstone. Now Remnant through. Ooh, able to back away. Avalanche, the toss and the punch, and able to get on board.
This guy's a menace on this Tiny. It's one of his favorite heroes. Again, terrorizes NA pubs with this hero. Very nicely played there.
Well, I will say that, like, again, we're seeing Thunder Awaken be able to hold off the pressure that's coming from Liquid, but I'm really impressed at Liquid's ability to sort of come back in with a lot of momentum after that game number 1. I feel like a lot of other teams would have just kind of fallen apart a little bit after that really disappointing loss.
Yeah, I do like the approach they have. They're like definitely going for this kind of fast-paced game with a Prophet carry and this like CK offlane. They're like gonna be very punishing if they win fights. And their rune will be bottom, but it does get denied.
Okay, so no DD, but with the Wrath of Nature, Avalanche gonna phase boots out and make the escape. So a nice little jump away. Nether Ward down now too, so Liquid can't really fight into this area either. So a lot of heroes just meandering around mid, but not really that much happening.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get their mid laner a good kind of, secure into the game so they can help the other lanes. But I mean, Liquid is pretty happy in how their side lanes are doing. But Pakaz is also keeping up in farm. They're both kind of just trading farm in this bottom lane. But at any given moment with some help, the CK can definitely kill the Spectre.
Right. And the help can come very quickly when you've got that Nature's Prophet playing in the safe lane. Darkmago trying to make some action happen up top. And doesn't look like he's got an opening for it, but instead it's towards mid where they decide to go onto Matthew. Been playing very greedy on this position for Doom, and now can he use the Haunt and the Hurl Boulders? Jumps forward, finds one. Is it going to be enough for the kill? Yes, Matumba Man goes down, and they're going to take down this Tombstone, actually denied by Insania, but he is also in some trouble. They run, they chase, they want to get the kill, but will they actually go all the way in for this one? Avalanche not quite going to connect onto Insania, instead hits onto Mickey Sacred. He's got to run out of there. And so with that, Liquid trying to disengage. Darkmago still chasing. This guy is in there.
Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Matthew is going to get chased down by the CK, but he will be okay. There's just chaos everywhere.
Yeah, and not really any kills afterwards, and everything feeling like it's kind of favoring Liquid a little bit as their lead's growing slightly.
Yeah, Matthew dying there does hurt a bit, but he is trying to kind of amp up the game here. He's going to go break this bottom tower for his team. And he's, you know, that's just the Nature's Prophet gameplay, right? You want to take towers, you want to take tier 1s, you want to take more off the map than your enemy, because at some point, you know, you're playing against a Spectre, and if the gold is not in your favor, you're going to be in trouble.
And the other nice part that they've kind of got on Thunder Awaken is, you know, this 4 position that's turning a little bit more towards the core, you know, playing on the Doom, just devouring constantly. Is going to be going for a 4th staff, so a little bit less of the initiation build.
Yeah, and you can see after he died in the mid lane, he actually bought a Quelling Blade just to protect himself. They are going to make this play on bottom with a smoke.
Zai, he pops the pig pole, but the chase is there, and do they have enough for the kill? It looks like they will. So Zai going to be pulled back in, tosses out, and ends up falling.
That is a big kill. He's the top, you know, net worth here in the game, and now they get to push out this bottom lane. Bakaz is also going to get to farm mid lane. But something I want to note real quick is that this Doom has 3 wards on him. And he did this smoke. I don't think he was intending to kill. He was intending to ward, and then he just saw the CK there. I was like, okay, I'll take the free CK. But he really wants to get wards out.
Yeah, they're playing a little blind right now, aren't they?
Yeah, so we'll see what he does here. Get some vision out for his team. But this phase of the game is... Oh, actually, he's going to get gone on mid.
Darkmago is going to need to go for a toss back if he wants to stay alive here, but the decrep, that keeps him survivable for the moment, and the zombies not hitting onto him. Avalanche afterwards with the toss. What a sick play right there. Staying alive on Thunder Awaken, but chasing down Mickey now, maybe in a little bit of trouble. They have the chase. They don't decide to go for it, and barely walking out of there, has time left. Sacred trying to get away. He's taking all the attention, and the panel talked about the lack of lockdown. We're seeing that result right now. We'll eventually find him, but it took 3 sentry wards.
Yeah, he bought a lot of time for his team. He's pretty okay with that, all things considered. I think they really want to force this mid with the Brew Split.
Yep, Avalanche again, buying a little bit of time, but Darkmago Tiny is going to get ran down here. The Doom TPing in, but they eventually find the kill, and they're going to cancel that TP out, actually. And actually even losing Panda. So really fast gameplay coming out from Liquid.
Yeah, it's just very hard for Thunder to actually picture the fight. Like, I'm trying to think how their spells interact and how their heroes interact. It just seems very difficult to get a good fight in if Liquid is just going to go ball up together with this Undying and this Ember and this Brewmaster.
Yeah. Particularly if they have that ulti available. And now Pakaz, fogs him out. Tries to hide. The stun is there, dodging. Duck dive, can they get away? Pandamu giving HP as he's dying. A good avalanche, but again, the damage just isn't there. They need to take down that tombstone. We'll eventually get it. And now Muda, he's doomed. Over to the side, they find him. Will they be able to get the kill? They do. So Mickey drops down, and one by one, Liquid are all falling. They take them all down. 3 dead. Now the toss to break the TP. And the chasing, looking for more. Zai's just got to get out of there, but it's not going to happen. Liquid, they went way too far.
Unbelievable. They felt their strength. I was saying that they can't match them, and then they're like, yeah, they can't match us. Let's just go, boys. And they go, and they all just die. One by one, slowly like that. That was definitely just going way too far.
You want a quick little call on who did the most damage in that fight? It was the Pugna.
The Pugna ward?
The Pugna ward. He threw out a couple nether blasts. Like, Panda, he's doing so much with so little on this hero.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. And they got the perfect Doom off too, because this Ember actually had DD, and if he keeps Sleight of Fisting, they're going to slowly dwindle away at their HP.
Right. Yeah, finding him at the start was so clutch. And then one by one, they all just all drop down. Man, really great fight there for Thunder Awaken. A couple of big moments in Liquid. You need to answer some questions here now.
Yeah, this Doom gets away. Okay. So let's look at the state of the game a little bit. So he does have Orchid on the Prophet, so he is very strong right now. Ember is going for the Maelstrom. Still no Blink on Tiny, so I think Thunder still wants to buy time. They definitely don't want to do any crazy fighting.
Well, they're running into a Tombstone now. So they're doing a little bit of crazy fighting, and we'll see if it works out for them or not. The rest of the team showing up there. Doom goes all in for the Tombstone, won't find it. Thunder Awaken, what have you done, Mickey? Caught for the moment. Toss not coming out in time. And instead, the chase through. Sacred trying to finish him off, and they will actually. Gets brought down by Sacred.
Okay. This whole thing started by Liquid contesting the stack, and Thunder just looking at it like, hey, that's our stack.
Right.
You know, they look at this Tombstone like, wait a minute, this is not okay. And it turned out better than I thought for Thunder.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess it's just, again, the power of being able to bring all the heroes at the same time and fight with them.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the first game where Thunder is just continuously playing on their side of the map. They rarely venture out to the Dire side. Like, you can even see their warding, right? They have like these defensive wards. And now Matthew gets one on the top area, which I'm not sure if they spotted. It might have. But we do get the Blink Dagger on Dark Mago. That is a little late, as we have poor Pugna dying.
Yeah. I am been impressed by his ability to stay alive with like all these heroes that can sort of focus him. It feels like Panda's been able to get away with you know, situations where he maybe should have been dead, but making it work. And they caught him. This is a big kill. Again, finding these moments, the chase through, and no deny coming out. Sacred, can he get out of there? Time lapse, trying to run away, and Sakuchi out.
I like the little hit on the catapult too, just before Sakuchiing out.
Nice.
Nicely done. That's a lot of space for Pakaz. Like, he knows that like a couple of heroes TP top, and he basically has this entire bottom area to just farm. He's gonna have his Manta completed. This is like a really good pacing for Thunder.
No, you talked about like Liquid wanting to play fast and constantly keeping the pressure on. Is it a situation where you feel like if they don't hit a couple of these other objectives quickly, the game really starts to turn Thunder's way, or do you think that they can still play into the later stages?
I think they have a pretty big window to still play this game, because if Liquid wins the fight, especially on the enemy side of the map, they can take objectives very fast. They can kill towers, they can kill Roche between, you know, Nature's Prophet and Chaos Knight. So it's one fight away from the map completely breaking.
Good blink back. Orchid reveal, but no kill gained. They didn't break the Blink Dagger. Yeah, that's going to be something to watch for. And I mean, even if they don't necessarily win the fight, they can still just take towers anyways. Sort of spam it down with Matumba Man.
Yeah, I actually want to see Liquid choosing their battles carefully. I don't want him to just ram their heads into Thunder, because I think Thunder is very much aware of what Liquid is trying to do, and they're just trying to slow them down. They do smoke here on Liquid.
Smoke into a fight maybe. Sacred dodges out, able to disjoint it. The rest of Liquid is moving in now, but you can see Thunder Awaken, they're dodging these fights.
They're making it very hard for Liquid to find anything. Like, Liquid really wants to force the fight, and they're gonna do it around Roche.
Okay. Says, don't come to us. Fine, we'll go and take an objective here. Taking down Roche. Now, will they be aware? And do we see any type of movement over to contest this one?
I think you let this one go. This is exactly what Liquid wants. They want to fight around this Tombstone, get the Panda split off, and you don't want to give them this fight. And they are actually coming here, but it's a little too late.
Maybe, again, not wanting to give up anything for free, but regardless, it is going to be Liquid getting this first Aegis. And now more time needing to be bought as they wait this one out. Or, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll just run out of it again. This has kind of been up in the air as far as what they go for. Spectre does have the Blade of Alacrity done and queuing up the Aghanim Scepter again. Do you kind of like that decision to sort of allow the Spec to play more fast? As Zania tossed in dead. They get
Fascinated.
Oh my god. And Sacred, time lapse. They can't get the Orchid out in time. He gets away.
This guy is such a nuisance. He's just being annoying. He's an annoying little bug, and they're trying to squash him, but they're just not being able to squash him. He keeps skittering away, you know?
Yeah. Oh, are they gonna get Zai up top? Doom? They just walked up and doomed him. And now, Abatos again, a couple more punches. They find the kill. Meanwhile, the Haunt comes out and trying to get out of there. Doom down low, Remnant forward. They will kill off Matthew. But again, I mean, you're trading the CK at this point, although Dark Mago might go down. Yeah, they got the lift up there. Does have a blink away and able to get it. Oh man, the Cyclone. It doesn't break, it doesn't deal damage when he comes down.
That was a sick blink, actually, because they for sure think he's going to blink to the right because that's where he's facing. But nicely done by Dark Mago. That was a really quick play. He just killed someone behind the mid-tier 1, immediately goes TP's top and assassinates the Chaos Knight with a Doom. And all of this is buying time for Pakaz.
Spectre doing what's needed. Buying that time and trying to get online. And in the meantime, the toss back behind the tower. They found him again. In some trouble. Can they kill off Boxy? A couple more punches is all they need, and they're going to get it.
These guys are playing so well. They're playing around Liquid, and Liquid is feeling the pressure now for sure. Like, they need to get something done. They're playing against the Spectre. That's, you know, that's what the hero does. He pressures you mentally in the game, and you know, they're getting worried. They're just smoking right now without the Brewmaster trying to get anything.
They got to find a fight, and they're in the area of Spectre right now. But I mean, Pakaz is already out and away, and I mean, with Doom in between them, I don't know if they can actually all in for the Spectre. Like, he's by a tier 2 tower. They've got a 4-staff ready to save him. And in the meantime, the rest of Thunder Awaken is up their top trying to take down this tier 1 tower. So a really solid series of movements coming out from Thunder here. And again, Liquid struggling to come up with answers.
Yeah, and he's getting close to his Ags on the Spectre, like you talked about it earlier. I do like the Aghanims this game. I think it's very good against Prophet. And the way they're playing with Dark Mago, just constantly looking for pickoffs, this is like the perfect hero to do it with. The tiny jumps from somebody, the Spectre goes in, doesn't have to commit the ultimate with the Axe. They can just assassinate heroes. And they basically are playing around with Liquid.
Well, he is getting low, finishing off this stack, but another stack taken for Thunder Awaken, and well, the Pugna doing what he does best, just healing up his cores.
I do want to make a quick note of the Sacred actually going phase boots on Weaver.
Okay.
So I think the idea behind this is he has this Quelling Blade and the phase boots so he doesn't get blocked by Treants when eventually Matu gets, you know, the shard or
he has it right now.
Any talent. So I'm thinking like this is like some, you know, some 5-head thinking ahead type of thing by Sacred, because normally, you know, you're not going to buy face boots on this hero.
Right, that's so cool.
Because he has the Kuchi, but like, I'm trying to think, maybe if it's on cooldown, like, he has some thought process behind this.
Right. No, I think that makes perfect sense, that he can actually get out of the Sprout then. I mean, I guess that's the thing. You play enough offlane Weaver, you learn the builds.
He's trying to eliminate, like, any percentage of him dying to this Nature's Prophet if Sakuchi is not up or something. So we'll see how it plays out, but I mean, he's been doing work this game.
Totally. I mean, with the Orchid, you're not always going to have it available. So, less than 1,000 gold separating these two teams, 14-11. And again, the trend is just feeling like this looming threat of Spectre is going to really come back to bite him. And if they can find Boxy right at the start of this one, and now the Haunt afterwards, chasing down, looking for a couple more. Doom is low, but it doesn't matter. He's already used his ability. Abba toss, Mickey down, and dead. They take down both of them. And what's left in the tank? I mean, Zai, he can't nearly do enough at this point, I don't think. They pull back in another, but Dark Mago, he's going to pop the BKB. They turn to fight. Oh, Matumba, man, there's not enough. And they take him down, Aegis, but he's going to die again. What an absolutely brilliant game that we've seen so far here from Thunder Awaken, and they take him down afterwards, too.
Wow. that was like Liquid just, they really want to fight. They want to place this tombstone. They want to get the brew split off, but they got the perfect jump on the brewmaster. They just get the doom off, and it completely changes how the fight goes. And that was really well played by Thunder. And Liquid's feeling the pressure, I can tell you.
No. It's not often that you want to doom the position 4 hero, but as you said, it's so much of what this draft gives them. It's like all of the control that they have, pretty much, it feels like.
I'm really enjoying watching Dark Mago play on this Tiny. He's a menace on the map. Him and Sacred have just been everywhere. We're gonna see a replay of the fight here.
Yeah, and the quick doom comes out, tombstone down, and you think, all right, maybe they can wait this one out, but no. Chase for more.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage. As soon as Mickey died with a DD and he overextended, if he was just able to sit back and maybe get a couple more sleight of fist, maybe that fight turns, but he commits and he dies, and that's just their damage gone.
Got to get back into the game here. As the smoke breaks, they will kill the Pugna, so the only one left behind, but Matthew, blinks, tries to get away. He's on top of a ward, diving, dodging, and trying to get out of there, but in the end, they're going to find the kill onto the Doom. So a 2,000 gold lead, blinks forward, looking for more, and Liquid, they're like, fine, we don't need to fight.
Angry.
We're just going to go your high ground.
Just, we're done, boys. No, they recognize there's no Haunt, there's no Doom. Now's their time to strike. When these ultimates are on cooldown, you know, Liquid is just that much stronger. So they recognize that. They get 2 quick pickoffs, very needed right now to gain some control over the map.
Well, it's so interesting because, again, so many of these like fights, and it feels like they're constantly biting at the ankles of Thunder, and they're not able to actually take a good engagement. They go all in there, gonna BKB TP out. They force out the brew split, and now kill on the other side. Insania goes down.
Assassinated.
Oh,
the game of assassins here with this. I mean, without any actual assassin heroes, right? But this Tiny and the Spectre with the Axe. And he's gone for a basher now, so he wants to make sure that people can't just BKB TP out.
Right.
I love this pickup by Pakaz.
Yeah, it's such a nice combo to get there, and you know, can go into the Abyssal Blade eventually later. Right now has the Orchid queued up actually, so more forms of this control likely to try and just take down Mickey if they can get him. But you're seeing now they move in, trying to take down Dark Go, gets decrept. Panda doing so much in these fights, rooted up. Now the toss, chasing forward. Do they have any more? No.
Wow, that was sick. Did you see that Orchid?
Oh, yeah.
The Doom jumps in, and he gets Orchided by Matu. Actually saves Ember from getting doomed. That was really well played by Matu.
Only a little bit.
They're actually doing some pretty good pickoffs right now.
Yeah. Well, and that kill right there is so important, obviously, to the tempo that you're trying to play with. And now they also have a Lincoln Sphere done on the Ember. How much does that change the game?
I mean, it definitely makes it harder for them to kind of control this Ember. So now their ideal target is definitely the Brewmaster, or they get a way to break this Lincolns reliably. But it's pretty difficult because Ember is like this evasive hero. He's jumping around the fight, sleight of fisting. He's not that easy to actually, you know, control. And that was a very interesting smoke by Thunder. Even though their Tiny died, they went for a smoke. I'm not entirely sure what they were looking for. Maybe they thought about catching Prophet.
Right. Oh, it'd be big if they could. He just finished the AC on the Prophet, and also an Aghanim Scepter now done for Weaver. So they've got a way to save if things start to go south.
Yeah, so this Weaver is kind of playing like a 4. So essentially, Doom and Weaver are both these like, they're like a 3.5 together, like both of them. They have some farm. They're not really going for some crazy scale. But I think it's still a good pickup this game.
Meanwhile, you can see Zai sending the illusions down lane, trying to push him out, maybe baiting a Doom or something else, but they'll know that is the illusion. As Thunder Awaken, taking over again this area of the map, knowing that Roche could be a big area of contest next.
Yeah, and Matthew already scouted that Roche is indeed up, and you can see Liquid's wards. They're kind of ready for this area. In case Thunder wants to invade, they're all thinking about this Roshan.
They just keep on farming out there on the other side of the map. As Hasterin picked up now with that BKB, could be a big moment. They get the Aghanim Scepter done now as well for Boxy. So again, a whole new round of abilities, whole new round of items coming out in the last couple of minutes, getting set for this Roche fight.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if Boxy gets his ulti off, that means they have a way to get on top of this Pugna and potentially, you know, like control the fight in a way that makes it hard for Thunder to kill anyone. But they are going to go for a smoke here on Thunder. Both teams smoke, actually.
Better vision right now. They saw him. Panda, right at the start, gets Decrep trying to back away, but the Avatos buyback immediately from that Undying. The Force Staff trying to stay alive, but the Brew, it's right on top of him. The Ember as well. Panda trying to survive through this one, is going to go for the life drain and now fighting on the other angle. Zai pops the BKB, turns, trying to take down Dark Mago, but he has so much damage. Avatos comes through and is going to fall. They take them both down. One by one, Matthew chases there and runs down another. Matumba Man having already died means Insania is going to die back. They got the tombstone down, but it's not going to matter. And now Mickey, he might be in trouble as well. Dispel, toss, chase, looking for it. Looking for the bash. Oh, but the lift up. Well played.
Nicely done.
Boxy should be able to walk himself out of there, but again, this leaves open Roche, and now Thunder Awaken, they got free access to it.
That was insane. The Pugna just runs up to place the clipboard, is in full vision, and still survives for like 40 seconds by life draining some Panda. Panda's life draining a Panda. And that is all the time you need. If you're able to survive that long as a support, you're completely ruining the fight for the enemy team because they're expending so many resources in trying to stop this Pugna, but they're not killing him.
Yeah, I mean, Panda draining Panda, that's just OP. It's not fair.
It's really unfair. Meanwhile, I will note that Zai actually died to a neutral creep somehow in all of that. So maybe that's a little bit of a silver lining, but it's looking pretty grim when you lose a fight like that.
Right, they just got the, as well, the shard onto the Spectre, as we're going to take a look at this replay here. And the Force Staff, double Force Staff, the saves all coming out to try and make sure that he gets out of there and alive.
Look at how much time it takes him to kill this Pugna. He gets double decrypt on himself, another Force Staff, and he's just life draining.
This hero's broken. It's too good, honestly.
When you can't kill him, this hero is crazy. And Matu can't fight the Spectre. He has a basher.
Right.
He can't just fight him.
Yeah, it's not nearly enough at this point. And also, I mean, again, Insania having to buy back right at the beginning of it just makes that death hurt even more. But a great fight from Thunder Awaken, and I mean, Liquid, they're just really struggling to come up with any answers here.
Yeah, this is mode panic right now. Kind of see it on his face. It is a tough spot to be in, especially when you're playing this position 5 Undying.
Right.
You're losing team fights against a Spectre, just like last game. And this game, you have a Prophet. It's in a way even worse than the last game.
Right. No, definitely. And I think, you know, again, just to sort of pull back. Oh, he's going to get brought down. So another great catch there.
Yeah. Matthew, he does have the Force Staff, so he blinks War Stomps, you know, procs the Linkens with the Force Staff, gets the Doom off. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah. I think a lot of people coming into this, again, they think about Liquid as the favorites, and now it's this, you know, instant reaction, which could be like, oh, Omega Lol or something like that. But this Thunder Awaken team is so freaking good. They have gone like 14-1 or something crazy like that, haven't dropped a series in both seasons of the DPC, and they're looking very clearly like the best team out of SA, leagues ahead of them, and now showing up on the international stage. It's really impressive to see the growth of this region over the last couple of years. It's really cool.
I love it. I think when I play mainly on NA server, and like there's so many South American players constantly playing. I play with them. They're very skilled players, and I definitely want to highlight Dark Mago in this game. He's had a fantastic game. He's just been terrorizing the whole map.
Right. Getting everything done on this Tiny. Batrider game 1 struggled in the lane, pulled it back. They made that perfectly executed call that you talked about of the Tiny toss back and the Batrider pull. But in the end, right now, it is still only 32 minutes in, 8K gold lead. It's not unsalvageable by Liquid. You can definitely still do it, but they got to be perfect.
Yeah, and I do like the items that Tiny is going for. He knows, like, basically the Doom and the Weaver are not dealing that much damage. They're kind of there to control the fight and you know, cause chaos. So he is going for these damage items. He's going for the Echo, the Crystallis. He's going to go into AC. I like his itemization.
Again, Ava, toss, chase. No Doom means Mickey able to survive that round, but again, you're seeing just how fragile this hero can be, trying to get into the Agnum Scepter on the Ember. Matu chase. Oh, they find him.
Oh my god.
Oh, and he breaks it. BKB out. The chase down. Looking for him. Zai just going to kill off Matthew, but now Matumba Man, he might be in some trouble. Avalanche afterwards, a couple more chases, and he is done.
Insane ward. Actually, I mean, I'm a support player. I'm getting hyped up over ward, but that was a sick play. TP's in. He knows the way, like where Prophet's going to be hiding. He gets the ward out. That was just a beautiful play. Set that up.
Well done by Matthew. I mean, he loses his life for it, but the carry, you know, ends up with the kills. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's definitely worth it. And Matu being dead, that means there's actually no pressure on the map. Because you think about it, when Prophet's alive, he's going to use his ulti, he's going to use Treants to kind of push in all the waves and make it very hard for you to get anywhere closer to any objective.
Right.
But with Matu being dead, they have so much time now. We're going to see a replay of that beautiful ward. I love it. Support players rejoice right here.
That was so good. Very, very well done. Forced in, tried to break it, and I don't know if he actually was able to stay right on top of him. It would have been a kill no matter what, but a very well played jump in there.
I'll take it. Probably, you know, not in English, but still.
Right, yeah, there's a little language differential there. But regardless, 11,000 gold lead now. The Aegis is about to expire right about now. And we'll see if when Matu's back up, if Liquid want to try and go for some type of a play on the map. But again, as you mentioned, they're going to need to keep all these lanes shoved out first.
Yeah, they're kind of thinking about it. They're grouping around this area. They did pick up a gem on Boxy. You know, you see Matthew at the bottom lane trying to find this Prophet. They did pick up a gem on Boxy, so they are kind of in a desperation mode where they're trying to gain any sort of vision control that they possibly can.
He is so ready. He's like, yeah, you remember that ward I placed? We're going to do it again.
And he has a BKB now on Doom. He's almost certainly going to get the Doom off in every fight.
Right. Matu, though, very, very heads-up play by him. He's not going to come and contest that area. Heads back to the triangle, just sends out the Treants to waste a little bit of extra time there. But wisely will be retreating back, and you know, maybe they'll send some more heroes down bottom to go for a kill or something.
Yeah, so I'm thinking now he does have the Silver Edge queued up on Matu, so I'm thinking there's a timing where you get Silver Edge and they're able to blink stun the Spectre and possibly burst. But it's so difficult with this Pug now. Okay, they spot Matthew at the bottom lane, this guy.
I mean, he has BKB, shouldn't be in too much trouble. And instead, they just run in, haunt afterwards. Matu there with the BKB. They're haunting around, jumps and kills the backline. Insania is dead, no tombstone down, and now they're in a ton of trouble. Sacred right on top has the bugs. Matumba Man, is he going to get bashed? Will he be able to get out of here? Still trying to stand toe-to-toe, but a couple more hits, and there's the hoof stomp. Connects onto the Prophet. The lift up, though, and now trying to buy a little time, but they dropped the Doom! Matthew lives through all of it. Oh, and Matumba Man is going to go down, so 3 fall from Liquid, and maybe it's going to be a 4th as, well, Moxie does manage to get off the split as he's going to try and run the Pandas away. Should manage to escape from that one. He can get off of any of the Pandas on the retreat away, at least.
Yeah, he's going to save the gem at least, but Disaster trying to kill Matthew, and he just blinks back in like an absolute Chad.
He knew it was up. So ready for that. And now the gold lead, as you mentioned, it's going to keep expanding when you've got this Spectre. It's that like looming sense of terror that comes out at you.
Okay, 8%.
Okay.
Thunder managed to do it, but they did have a Spectre.
Right.
I don't really know how Liquid does it. I'm trying to think of a way they can win this fight, but it's so difficult for them.
Yeah. No, it's feeling incredibly difficult. And, I mean, they've got, you know, Scotty now as well to help deal with the NP. He's still dead for 28 seconds as well. And in the meantime, a full MKB coming out for Pakaz as well.
Yeah, the Sprout talent was hilarious. Like, he took the 100% miss chance. He just sat in his Sprout, and the Spectre was not able to hit him. And he's like, okay, well, I'll just buy an MKB because I'm that rich.
Yeah, come up with the answers for the talents. Why not? Gold solves all the problems.
It really does. And oof, I mean, they're gonna just control this area for Roche. I don't really know what Liquid can do here. I think they're gonna try to push out the lanes on this Prophet, and I think they need to buy time for the Silver Edge. Maybe that is their window to kill someone.
Right. All right, seeing there again, up to the 25 mark on the Spectre, and taking a little bit of the less taken talents on the Prophet, at least at this point, but definitely fits well with what they're trying to do in this game. we'll see here in a moment is actually both teams battling in the mid lane. Dark caught for the moment. Oh, but the time lapse comes out. Sacred was there for him. And in the meantime, Matumba, he's just dead again. He dies so quickly to the Spectre, and now toss up, brought down. They keep on falling one by one by one. Insania, Kaz's sights just beating him down to death. Another one bites the dust, and GG, they're done. Unreal. Thunder Awaken come in. We don't care where rankings are at. We don't care what people think. We're just going to 2-0 Liquid. Why not?
I mean, they just look so chill about it too. They just want, like, yeah, you know, just get the job done. Get the job done, boys. Yeah, let me get a sip of this. Stone Cold Killers.
Absolutely. I mean, and again, I'm wondering now, this is a hero that we've been talking about a little bit. Spectre has seemed to be the centerpiece, and it felt like Liquid in Game 2 were like, all right, we're going to try and come up with an answer that we think can beat it. What do you think about this hero?